Hold up, why do they doubt the kid? I'm about to prove them all wrong again. I got a low tolerance, cause they don't even know what the problem is. It's me. You waiting on the boy to fail, then hold your breath and face your death. Cause you play a roulette with each step I progress, no less. Go ahead and place your bet.
Welcome back, y'all. This is the Double M Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Jesus Dinero, here with my co-host,
Puma El Gato.
What do we got going on tonight, my man?
Conor Benn gets a UD against Regis Prograis. Let's talk about it.
So listen, in our lead up to this fight, I basically said that I wouldn't be surprised if Conor Benn knocked out Regis Prograis. Number of reasons. Regis Prograis just had been proven over the last couple of years. His heart just wasn't in it anymore. He had numerous injuries. He's a little bit of an older fighter. He just proved that he just unfortunately wasn't up to the talent of some of the bigger names in the division. I didn't know he was going to retire, but, I had said I wouldn't be surprised if Conor Benn knocked him out for those reasons. That being said, Conor Benn did piss poor performance. And the only reason that I would say Conor Benn won is because he robbed the bank of the $15 million he got paid to fight an aging fighter, to fight a less than stellar fighter, to fight a fighter that was on his way out, to fight a fighter with numerous injuries, including, if you believe Regis Prograis, injuries that he had up until this fight, him saying he was about to call off the fight the Friday right before the fight actually happened. So the fact that a Conor Benn did this badly or did not do as phenomenally as he should have, to me just says, I'm not lying to you, I don't think he's up to the standard of the other fighters in his division and the other fighters that he could potentially be matched up with, some of which he's named himself. Now, that being said, Conor Benn won because, again, he got $15 million for what should have been really a sparring match, but the person that was supposed to be sparring with him didn't make it a sparring. He made it a fight. Yes, obviously there was moments where Conor Benn was looking a little bit better. There was a number of scenarios where it was looking pretty good for Conor, but at the end of the day, man, overall the performance was piss poor. You can't judge it by one round. You can't judge it by one flurry. You got to judge it by the entirety of the performance, and the reality of the circumstances is Conor Benn did not look good against Regis Prograis. That being said, the fact that he's named other fighters like the Ryan Garcias, the Shakur Stevensons, the Devin Haney's, the Rolly Rolando, people like that. Hey man, I don't think he beats any of them. I don't think he beats any of them. And you guys know me, man. I've never spoken highly about Rolly Romero's fight performances. He's not the most technical fighter. He's really not that talented. He's strong, but other than that, not super talented. So that being said, I'm not lying to you. I don't think Conor Benn stands a chance against any of them. Not based on that performance. If he could tune it up, get it better, and get it in better shape than he was, maybe. But the fact that he performed this badly against Regis Prograis, again, a guy that was choosing to retire that night regardless of how the fight would have gone, I don't think is a good sign for Conor Benn's chances against these other guys. The Devin Haney's. Devin Haney, like him or not, much better fighter than Regis Prograis, and he proved it because he beat Regis Prograis. Ryan Garcia, same thing. Much better fighter, much quicker, lighter on his feet, stronger than Regis Prograis, so on and so forth. Rolly Romero, definitely stronger than a Regis Prograis, more sturdy, better chin, so on and so on and so on. And of course, in my personal opinion, the leader in the division, Shakur Stevenson, the leader of the people that he named, he wouldn't stand a chance against any of those guys. So I'll be honest with you, I don't really know if I want to hear Conor Benn mention any of those guys. He already did, but the facts of the circumstances is, based on that performance, that was ugly. That was ugly, man. He didn't stand a chance against any of these other guys. Hopefully he gets in a better camp. Hopefully he gets better trainers, better everything, because that performance right there did not show a Conor Benn that I believe will really stand a chance up against these other guys, because these other guys are dogs. Like them or not, all those guys are dogs. So we'll see what happens. Either way, what do you think about his performance, my man? And what do you think about his chances against those four names that he named?
Listen, man, well, I know everybody was going to talk about the Conor Benn performance in that fight, but first off, I want to at least give a little bit of a shout out for Regis Prograis. Keep in mind, this is a man that was walking into this, and everybody was counting him out, and to be honest, rightly so. The man's 37 years of age, which is you're looking pretty long in the tooth for a fighter at that age, going up against a very hot talent such as Conor Benn. But also, again, getting a quote from Chris Mannix himself, Prograis himself did say that he was walking into this with a number of injuries. He said, quote, "The rumors about me being hurt were in fact true. I was terrified. I didn't know if I was going to hold up. I had 4 injuries. One in my right hand, my eye, my rib, and my jaw. And Friday, I had even considered pulling out of the fight." And that all being said, Regis Prograis, to put in a performance as much as he did against Conor Benn, it really got to show what kind of a dog that Regis Prograis is. So at the very least, I want to give my flowers to that. to say that if he had that many injuries, and by all accounts, he still put up a very, very decent fight against Conor Benn. Look, man, we have to give our flowers to Regis Prograis, at the very least for this last matchup. Did he look phenomenal? No, but did he look phenomenal given the circumstances that he was in? I'd say we have to give Regis Prograis some flowers. Now, on to the Conor Benn situation. The fact that, knowing what we know now, that Regis himself did say that everything was looking bad on the way to the fight, so much that he was considering pulling out of the fight, and Conor Benn didn't look hot against a 37-year-old, weak in the knees, weak in the rib, weak in the hand, eye, ribs of a Regis Prograis, and this was all that he could do. I would have expected Conor Benn to at least put out Regis Prograis at the very minimum, middle of the fight. I wasn't expecting like a first round knockout, but at the very least, I did think it was going to be at the very least a TKO from Conor Benn. But the fact that it went all the way to the distance to a unanimous decision, and he's calling out probably the best of his division. The Devin Haney's, the Rolly Romero's, the Ryan Garcia's, the Shakur Stevenson's. Some of those fights I do want to see. The fight against Devin Haney, I do think would probably err more in the favor of Devin Haney more so than Conor Benn, and obviously with this fight, it's actually getting more so for me that I'm favoring Devin Haney in that matchup. The Ryan Garcia's, I kind of want to see that. Rolly Romero, not so much. Shakur Stevenson, brother, at this point in your juncture, don't even think about that matchup. Because quite frankly, based on this performance, Shakur Stevenson would put you out immediately, both in ring work and in stopping power. I guarantee Shakur Stevenson can knock your ass out. But again, that's based on this recent performance. Of all those names on the hit list, I do think those would be very palatable fights. Again, of all those fights, I think the most exciting one would probably be the Devin Haney one. But as far as the rest of those, brother, I need to see something better than this Regis Prograis performance. If I'm going to have at least a believable sight of you even coming up close in terms of performance against somebody like Shakur Stevenson, who is even Alexander Usyk saying it, is the #1 pound per pound fighter at the moment right now. But again, that's my thoughts. Am I tripping? Do you think I'm overblowing Regis Prograis performance? Do you think I'm overblowing Conor Benn's underperformance? Let me know in the comment section. But what do you think about my comments on that?
No, yeah, man. I think Conor Benn has a very tall order ahead of him if he thinks he can beat any of those guys. And listen, if the fights get made, I'm definitely gonna tune in to watch them. Mostly because I think I'm gonna call it right down the middle, and I think I'm gonna call it right. But I'm not gonna lie, man. I don't think Conor Benn stands a chance against any of those dudes for different reasons. But yeah, man. The only thing, like I said, that Conor Benn won is he got away with blatant robbery, getting that 15 mil for that fight against someone like Regis Prograis. Listen, it is what it is, man. That's just what we believe about that particular performance. Let us know what you guys think. A lot of what I've seen is basically said the exact same thing we just said, man. That it was not a good performance for Conor Benn. Yes, he won. Yes, he beat Regis Prograis, but I mean, come on, injured, older. So many other things that I can say here. Either way, let us know what you guys think. Make sure you put down your comments in the comment section. Make sure you DM us about any bullshit, anything else you guys want to talk about. And with that, make sure to like, comment, hate, subscribe, DM us about the bullshit, and
until next time, get rest and stay blessed. We'll see you in the next one.